It's easy to miss this tiny part of South Carolina, but it represents a voting bloc in a state that could play an outsized role in presidential politics. Because in the last 30 years, no one has won this primary without black support.
This is called Little Africa Road. This is like the main road in our little community, Little Africa community.
Mary Hilton and 4 generations of her large family grew up in Little Africa. Originally, just 4 square miles, it was founded in 1880 by freed slaves.
So which houses are which?
Now this is my uncle's house. This is my cousin's house, my aunt's house, my uncle's house, my mom's house, and my uncle's house.
All on the same block?
All on the same block. So everyone in Little Africa in the community is like related.
Communities like Little Africa are critical to Democratic presidential candidates, and Mary knows it. She raised 3 daughters on her own. Each girl became their senior class homecoming queen.
On the 18th birthday, the only thing they got for their birthday was they registered to vote. I would take them to the highway department and register them to vote.
Why? Why'd you do that?
I just knew that that's what people had fought for them to do, is to have the right to vote, and that there was their obligation to vote, to make sure that things were done the right way for them.
The right thing. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders both promised that's what they want to do for South Carolina's black voters, especially women. In 2012, as a group, black women voted at a higher rate than any other slice of the American population.
So I have to vote for Hillary Clinton. Hillary has basically walked with Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, through all the ups and downs that he's gone through. She was right there by his side when he found Osama bin Laden.
But Mary's younger cousin, Sandra Proctor Smith, who we caught up with after church, is not sure Hillary is the one.
Bernie is saying things, especially to my generation, like with the Black Lives Matter movement. That's very important to me.
What's not clear is if the generational divide that has worked in Sanders' favor in states with mostly white voters will hold strong here.
Bernie's an old white man, right?
Yes,
From
he is.
the North.
Yes.
Can he really support a millennial woman of color from the South?
Yes, he can. To me, he's just a better candidate than Hillary is. I think that Bernie, he's speaking to me more.
She also holds Mrs. Clinton partly responsible for Bill Clinton's crime legislation in the 90s. Many blame harsh drug laws for a surge in the number of black men in prison. As for Mary, it's all about education and the economy. She knows what it was like to struggle to keep a house for her daughters in the 1980s.
Oh my goodness, I remember one day I came from work and I received a letter in the mail that a mortgage was gonna go up $10 more a month. It was only $10 extra, but I was just stretched out so much. It was just mind-blowing that I was gonna have to come up with $10 extra for my mortgage.
But she did it, and today, the homecoming queens are now a teacher, an accountant, and a doctor.
As a child, I was the face of poverty. And I'm also a reflection and a testimony that if you invest in that child, the results are tremendous.
Dr. Ebony Hilton is Mary's middle daughter and the first black woman anesthesiologist at Medical University of South Carolina Hospital. Ebony worries some Republican presidential candidates might gut federal programs like those that help pay for her to go to school and make it all the way to the operating room.
If you want to limit the potential of a person, keep them uneducated, keep them sick, and keep them hungry. So if we really want to turn around and make America great again, what we have to do is tackle those 3 things.
This coming season, do you see it as critically important to your future as you did when Barack Obama was running?
Absolutely. It's even more critical now because you see all the hate and you see like the things that he had to endure for the last 8 years. And so you want to make sure that we honor his legacy and we don't want to go back.
To the women we met in Little Africa, this election is part of the struggle that began when their ancestors, those freed slaves, bought this land, and how today they are still fighting to do so much more. Duarte Geraldino, Little Africa, South Carolina, Al Jazeera.